for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, His grace uncrowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Fire and wind come from the sky, from the gods of the sky. But Crum is your god. Crum, and he lives in the earth. Once giants lived in the earth, Conan. And in the darkness of chaos, they fooled Crum. And they took from him the enigma of steel. Crum was angered, and the earth shook. And fire and wind struck down these giants, and they threw their bodies into the waters. But in their rage, the gods forgot the secret of steel and left it on the battlefield. And we who found it are just men. Not gods, not giants, just men. And the secret of steel has always carried with it a mystery. You must learn its riddle, Conan. You must learn its discipline. For no one in this world can you trust. Not men, not women, not beasts. This you can trust.
Mama's wrong again.
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong.
Little leftover gift there from Rogan. What are you doing to me, Rogan? How you guys doing? Thank you all for coming out on a Saturday. I don't know what to say other than we got news, and unfortunately, it's never good news these days. But there's a intersection again with RPG related stuff. Hope you saw my video on Justin Alexander, the Alexandrian. I'll enlighten you on a couple of other people too. Some of whom you already know. Let's get to some super chats real quick here. Ultra American tabletop role player. There's a fire in me that I've never felt before, yes. For a decade, we tried to debate, peace with tolerance, no more. Yep, it's once again time to fight, 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 no quarter given. Amen, brother. Yep, oh, good Lord. Back to back. I don't know if you meant to do that, tabletop RPGer, but looks like you said it twice, and it's just as nice the second time around. Again, yeah, peace and tolerance. Look, we can't do what they just did, but we can start to fight a little bit more than we are. And you're starting to see this too with some of these like people losing their fucking jobs. I'm laughing my ass off whenever I hear some lefty idiot go, "Oh, somebody on the right engaging in cancel culture. Isn't that ironic?" Is it, motherfucker? Is it really ironic? Because this is what you created. Do you like it? How do you like what you created? Quentin Bauer, close enough to 10 that I'm going to give you a little something.
Ooh, what happened to the tolerant left?
Rough week, but at least now we're all clear where everyone stands. Yeah, it sort of is one of those cleansing events. It should never, ever, ever, ever in a million years take someone's tragic murder. And that's exactly what it was. Whenever you see these articles saying, yeah, but, the old yeah, buts, they are excusing murder. So fuck them. Every goddamn last one of them. Fuck them. All right, so this is the latest. Unconfirmed, guys. I don't know. Just saw this. Interesting, if true, Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson lived with his transgender partner. I gotta admit, I was a little surprised when the shooter himself wasn't a troon, but you almost had to think it would work its way in somehow, didn't you? The individual, who is a male transitioning to, shock there, is fully cooperating with the FBI. Yeah, probably to save their ass. Sources tell me the FBI had texts and other communications between Robinson and the individual that helped FBI authorities solidify that Robinson was indeed the shooter. And I do want to say something too. We on the right are so used to playing defense, we don't know how to stick it down their throats. Because you're starting to hear, he came from a Republican family. He's MAGA. This is all you need to show him. Screenshot this. If you already seen it, download it. Just say, nope, you're not going to get away with this lie. No more lies from you people. Suspect's high school friend says Robinson was the only leftist in a family of very hard Republicans. In a phone interview on Friday, one of his friends, who asked to remain anonymous, said that the suspect was pretty left on everything and was the only member of his family that was really leftist. The rest of his family was very hard Republican. Around sophomore year, the friend says, Robinson became more extreme in his political views. That is extreme leftism. And would always just be ranting and arguing about them. Well, that's you have to do that for membership into the club. So do not backpedal. Whenever they start saying, oh, this guy was MAGA, say, you're a fucking liar, you piece of shit. Show them this. Anna Betts, I don't even know what this comes from. It was capped from somebody. Do not back down. Don't play defense, play offense. Show them this and then tell them that they excuse murder. Tell them they're pro-murder. Tell them they're pro-assassination and that they should be fired from their jobs. I just pulled one from David Santa Clara. Good account follow on X. Oh, these people are losing they're losing their jobs and they're losing their minds.
Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, my daughter is about to go to college. Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No.
Oh no, I didn't realize there'd be consequences for my actions. I'm a white woman on the left. There are no consequences for my action prior to September 10th. That changes, bitch. We're going to fucking hunt you down in a peaceful way and try to ruin your fucking lives. Every goddamn last one of you needs your lives ruined. I want to see you destitute. I want to see you on a street corner begging for money. Giving out handies for $5 so you can feed yourself, you pig. Fuck off. Yep, Crawford. Yep, keep going. Keep getting him fired. Everyone. Look, it won't bother me. Hate to say it, I'm already fucking over the age of retirement. I can retire any fucking time I want. I got a nice little 401k. I'm fucking untouchable. Bitches. Fuck off. I'm fucking untouchable. Do not care. I'll do this 7 days a week if I have to. So fucking, Ryan for 5. Military personnel are nuking their careers over this. Yeah, we'll have one of those in a little bit. Yeah, you see MJ go, brr. Yeah, we all have to sign a social media conduct page on page 11 of the core. Yep, I'll show you. Probably some down low brother in the Corps or in the Army throwing away his career because he thought he'd be cute and make a funny little TikTok video with music. I love it that they have so little charisma. They can't just fire up a camera and speak to people and get people to be like, you know what? I kind of like what that guy's saying. Or conversely, I hate what that guy's saying, but I can't stop watching. So they just do these little videos where they put this music and then they're just like, point to it. Got what he deserved. Well, you just got what you deserved, bitch. Good to see you guys here. Ryan, Cal, Matthew Sentence, base D&D memes. Yep. Fire everyone, motherfuckers. Oh, I didn't think you guys were into cancel culture. Yeah, we're using your weapons against you. Be thankful we're not using all of your weapons against you. Keep pushing. Who knows? I want them all fired. Not only fired, I want them miserable. Because, look, there's no way back for these people, so it's not like, oh, well, if you give them nowhere to go, they're just gonna double down. They've already doubled down. In their minds, they're living on the streets. Now we just need to put their physical bodies there and point and laugh at them as we walk by with our wives and girlfriends, husbands and boyfriends on our way to dinner. Just, ooh, look at that poor miserable bitch. I bet she was good looking at one point. Ugh. She looks nasty and broken now. And you know what? The good thing about these women, I mean, the only kind of men they'll get now are these like leftist turds who they have zero respect for. So there's no way out for them. They'll be miserable in their marriage. They're miserable in their jobs. They're miserable in their lives. Their families hate their guts. And all because you couldn't keep your mouth shut when a father of 2 was murdered. You just had to cheer it on, didn't you? You just had to equivocate. Yeah, but, or, hooray, either or. Fuck off. Seriously, I had no fucking time for you. I will laugh. I will laugh my ass off when I see you begging for money, bitch. We are so fucking done with these people. It's on. It's over. We're fucking done. The time of the tolerant right. Boom. Gone. Every time you see a Marxist online doing shit, find out where they work. I think we're finally getting to a point where corporate America is kind of like, they're seeing the way the winds are blowing, and they're like, well, we're interested first and foremost in self-preservation. We have to start getting rid of these problems. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Badger for $10. I'm gonna try to hit some of these memes that maybe get a little overlooked at times. Some oldies but goodies. How about? Oh my Lord! How about?
Cock is pretty good. I like cock.
Apropos, he's coming. He's coming up. Don't worry, we'll get to gaming stuff too. Badger, 10 assistant dean of students at Middle Tennessee State fired. 2 professors at East Tennessee State on leave pending investigation. They understand neither accountability nor silence. Yes, thank you very much. Very kind of you. And you know what? We got to follow up too. Here's the thing. Here's my big fear with these places is that they're going to do this and then quietly rehire these people, or quietly, oh, well, we suspended them. Well, now they're back with full pay and benefits like nothing happened. And they're getting attaboys. Hold them fucking accountable. Hey, it's consequence culture, isn't it? This is where you've, squared the circle, so to speak. So we're here. Well, if we're going to be here, we might as well play by their rules, which is, what we got to do. So maybe if they start hurting a little bit more, then they'll cry uncle. I doubt it. But honestly, guys, your best defense is a life well lived. As angry as everybody is right now, got to calm down. Do you think Charlie Kirk would want you going around in like perpetual rage for just weeks on end? At some point, he would say, guys, let it go. Let it go as far as like the rage, but don't let it go with your determination, your laser focused determination to change things in every way possible. And for the most gifted of us, for the people that have the talent to listen and debate reasonably, I'm not one of those. I'm a firebrand. But for those people that can debate, boom, you pick up Charlie's mantle. I already heard Ben Shapiro's gonna take up exactly where he left off. I don't want to hear any more stuff about Jew Ben Shapiro. That ends. I'm not. Before I was just kind of like whatever, but it's like nope. Somebody's going out there to risk their lives to try to advance our side. I'm not listening to any more fucking Jewspiracy theories. Look. You can hate Jews if you want. I don't give a fuck. Okay, but it's like don't just spout them nonstop and. I'm going to think you're a clown because he's putting his life on the line. And you know what? Everybody else, just keep fucking doing it. Hammering online, social media, shout down these people. Cenk Uygur, or whatever that retarded Turk, the Young Turks. I can tell that guy is on his hunt, He's being backpedaled, let's just say. He doesn't know kind of like what's happening. He got ambushed, I think, by Dave Rubin the other day. And he's getting angry. And it's good to see. But keep on him. Never let them forget that who they murdered. And anybody who promoted anything by saying like, well, he was a fascist. Even if they didn't say it, even if they were just reposting something, that's guilt. That's fucking guilt. Fuck off.
I love knowledge. Hey, Double D!
Thank you very much. Role player roll. Told my husband my Christmas list is short this year. Proper training and a CCP. Amen. Yep. Do it. Get back to the range. Yep. It's not as hard as you think. It's something nice, dependable. And just remember, it's not you'll. I think when it comes to like CCP and self-defense and all that, just remember, it's not entirely speed. I always think of that scene in Unforgiven when Gene Hackman, was kind of explaining how fast he drew. He's like, I was never the fastest. Just a nice, easy draw. If somebody is messing with you, keep a level head and protect your life. Now, don't do anything willy-nilly, but protect your life. Semen retention money, Ryan. I'm on it. John Grant for 5. Marxism has caused an estimated $140 million deaths worldwide. One more does not matter to them. It's a death ideology. It's the worst philosophy. I think I said it in the video about the Alexandrian. It's the worst philosophy God ever put on this earth. I mean, God didn't put it on here, but I mean, man did. I always hate it when people even do this with Marx, and they'll be like, well, you know, Marx's solutions were wrong, but what he was identifying was actual. When you start hearing that, shut them off and say, fuck off, commie. Nope, you're a commie. You're either a commie or a coward. Which one is it? There was nothing good ever came from Karl Marx. Not one good thing. The guy was a lazy layabout who didn't want to work. All those early socialists and communists, they all had one thing in common. They're lazy and didn't want to work. They hated working. Gee, shocking then that they would create a philosophy that was infused with that, where the people that you supposedly hate are actually the ones that are making money for you. So you can sit around and do nothing all day long. Gelatinous dude, my good friend, $20. Can't stay for the whole stream. I think these things are just being doubled, if I'm not mistaken, on. So that I don't think anybody's paying twice. I'm just seeing them twice on here. That's got to be something on my end. Gelatinous dude, good to see you, brother. Can't stay for the whole stream. We'll catch the replay. But just wanted to say thanks for doing the Lord's work, brother. Thank you. Give your best to the missus for me. Take care, guys. Yeah. Can't wait to see you at CNY next year. Try to run through these and then we'll get into stuff. 5 of King Charles' finest for you. Thank you very much. £5 from Ben C. Over 100,000 flying the St. George Cross in London today. The left is under real pressure here too. You guys can't let up over there, because unlike over here, like there's still some wiggle room over here. Just because we got the Second Amendment to protect us. You guys have no wiggle room over there. If you don't start fighting back now, you're forever gone. What are you going to do when, Britain is just, it's like a caliphate, and you don't have any weapons to fight back. It's done. They're like locusts. Those people are like locusts. They are 70 IQ locusts who come through and do nothing but feast off of your society, sexually assault your women, and then impose their law. And then they can do the exact same stuff, but they can do it with impunity. Time and time again, that's exactly what they do. France is being destroyed. Britain is being destroyed. Yep. No way. I was raised and lived as a conservative Jew for 25 years, and no one contacted me to give me money and power. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. Well, the thing I hate about those theories is they put the people who actually do these things, it's like they give them like a break. They give them cover. Oh, a black guy murders a Ukrainian woman on the train? Well, it's you understand it's the Jews, of course, right? No. It's a mentally ill brother, 3% of which commit 50% of the crime. You can go after the Jews all you want. That's fine. I don't give a fuck, but I'm going after the people committing 50% of the murders that are only 3% of the population. Thanks, James. Badger for 5. Media types with all the apology vids aren't posting because they're sorry. They're posting because they're scared and futilely trying to placate. Yes. And that's why they're desperate, and they're going to stuff like, see, he was MAGA. This guy was MAGA. Show him that thing. Nope. Only leftist in a family of conservatives. It happens. Trust me. Saint Sumerian, $1.99. Marxism and socialism are the gospel of envy. Yep. They say money is the root of all evil. No, envy is the root of all evil. Envy is the worst of the deadly sins. Because envy directly leads to this notion of socialism. and altruism, which is just a horrible, horrible philosophy. I hope you guys have read some Ayn Rand and understand how altruism is just purely evil. It's the destruction of yourself to put other people over. And your psyche is not prepared to take that, so it's like this constant battle. And you end up being like just like a miserable person. Anytime somebody like talks about all the charity they do and what a good of a person they are, if they're talking about themselves, that is somebody who is not in a good place.
Did I realize that what I was saying in that video was going to lead to this? No, my daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that.
Oh, how are you going to pay for it? Oh, no. Maybe you'll have to remove that nose ring and find yourself a Chad. Cal! I identify as a wealthy. No one sends me money. Cal, too. Thank you, buddy. Think I'm caught up here. All right. Anything else? Oh, yeah. I wanted to show you this, too. This was very classy. I am a Red Sox fan. I was raised to not like the Yankees. I think the Yankees and maybe the Cubs were the only teams that did this. That should show you something. Look, the Yankee organization, first class. You know, they had Trump in for 9/11. I think they're kind of based, actually, the organization. Now they're literally in the middle of Gomorrah. So I'm sure, they have to placate those people a little bit, but kudos to you, New York Yankees. Also, you know what? I can detect these trends too, based on how people react. Another cope that the left was doing was talking about that Minnesota lawmaker who got shot. And it is a little murky. And they kept saying, "Oh, he was MAGA, he was MAGA, he was MAGA." But I did a little digging about that Minnesota, I think it was like a state representative who got shot. And obviously it's awful. And this guy who did this, I don't care what he is. He deserves the death penalty. He should already be dead in my book. See how easy that is, lefties? Oh, that guy did something horrible. I don't care even if he was on my side. I want him dead. Kill him. You don't walk up to somebody, and try to murder him. But I did find this. Bolter, I think was his name. Officials said Bolter had signs in his vehicle that read "No Kings." Cities across the U.S. had "No Kings" protests expressing disapproval. I don't know how true that is, but they say officials said. So why does this guy have "No Kings" signs? It's crazy. There's a lot of disinformation, and I think a lot of it is kind of like the whole Yuri Bezmenov thing. There are certain factions here who just want you so confused that you don't know what to believe. You know what I'm starting to hate too are these AI videos, and they're meant to be like, sort of on our side. They're meant to kind of like make us feel good and calm us down. Like, oh, here's a video of like Jelly Roll or James Hetfield at a concert. He stops the concert, mid concert and says, "Can we have a moment for Charlie Kirk?" It didn't happen, guys. Now, I'm not saying James Hetfield or Jelly Roll are bad people or whatever. These are AI videos. All I can say is if somebody passes those on in social media, I would ask them and say, "Did you know this was AI slop?" And if they either don't respond or say, "I don't care," just don't follow them. Now they can say like, "Holy shit, I was just passing this on because I didn't know. I'm sorry. I'll be a lot more careful next time." That's fine, because you can be easily tricked by these people. But yeah, don't fall for that. But they do kind of want us confused. But just stick to your values, stick to your conservative values, And they will never lead you astray. They've never led me astray. You know, I've been a conservative since 1984. My biggest regret was not being old enough to vote for Ronald Reagan, but I listened to my dad. A lot of people rebel against their parents. And I guess if you're being raised by a hippie, it's a good thing. But you know, a lot of folks like this killer were raised by Republicans, probably good, decent people, and they just get bored with life because they have life too easy. So they end up doing horrible things because they kind of fall out of that conservative philosophy. Don't ever lose it. Even if it's not perfect, even if it doesn't always line up, and even if you don't agree 100%, you know, you can still be a conservative and maybe be like, you know what, I'm a conservative. I disagree on this one thing. You know, I'm gonna either kind of try to come to grips with that, or you know, we'll see what we can do. That's fine. But man, these people, when they fall down this leftist rabbit hole, they're cooked. They're done. Jeff, 410. Double D, please put on blast the fact that Blizzard Entertainment, Square Enix, ZeniMax, and Broadsword all cheered that Charlie was assassinated. Yeah. I haven't ventured into that realm because I think that realm is kind of covered pretty good by the likes of like Smash JT, folks like that. You know, John Delarose, you know, those guys. Not that I won't do it. Occasionally I will, but it's just there's so much going on. But yeah, I did see that. If you follow Mark Kern, Grums on X, he's a great follow for this kind of stuff. He will keep you up to date on this. We love Grums. He has shouted me out a couple of times. He's reposted me. He's been very kind to this channel and to me. So I wholly recommend you know, following that. But yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's the problem is there's just so much going on. So many of these people. It's like whack-a-mole. But you know what? You know, I think their philosophy is let's all do it at the same time and try to catch us. Well, we'll do our best. We ain't going to get all you. We understand that. We'll see as many as we can get. It's the old broken window theory. Mercurius, 1 membership. Always here, steady Eddie, OG, love the guy.
But I'm going to go with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
Saddle up. Thank you so much, Mercurius. Holy shit. Wow. I don't know what to say.
You got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me and he's not even going to try.
Kevin, 50 memberships. Whoa. Brother, that is very, very kind of you. Thank you guys so much. Kevin, like I said, I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for every single one of you, from the $1.99s to, you know, all the way up to the 50 memberships. Holy smokes. Looks like you guys are all members today. You've been, guess what? You've been deputized, thanks to Kevin. Wow. I'll try to keep an eye out for any comments you make, Kevin, too. If you want to say something, you don't need to super chat it. Problem is I don't have Crazy Mouse riding shotgun. But yeah, if I see something yours, I'll shout it out. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Asterion Moloch, $2. Thank you. How's your Saturday going, everyone? I think we're healing. It's a little bit of cathartic stuff going on. Little bit of, hate to say it, I'm not above it. Are you? A little bit of Schadenfreude. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. Badger for 5. Asmongold took time away from being with his cancer-stricken father. Wow. Stage 4 pancreatic. To make a video calling out some vials in the video game industry. Yep. Asmongold. Yeah. There's a good one too. Yep. Yeah. Those guys are going to do a much better job than I. honestly, guys, I wouldn't. It's not that I wouldn't be able to put some passion into it, but I'd essentially just kind of be reading, what other people, better people than I have written. So yeah, lots of good folks out there. You don't need to be watching like 1 minute of like your local news or like CNN or anything. Like I still do watch Fox. I know Fox isn't perfect, but look, Fox is on the right side of a lot of issues, almost all issues. So if I ever do have to turn them on, I'll either tune them on or Newsmax. Newsmax is good too. $5 for James. I only watch the AI vids where some human dudes end up fathering a child with a blue-skinned alien woman. You see those on the intros to YouTube videos. My my AI girlfriend. Yeah, she looks like that blue chick from whatchamacallit, Avatar. Gonna get my boy looking like he ate a blue snow cone. Nightbreed for 1,000 Hufflepuffs. Thank you very much, sir. Charlie talked about secular Jews funding anti-YouTube policies. Is that anti-YouTube policies so much it backfired? Because they're white. Okay. Anti-white, sorry. Yep. I miss the... I see YT. My brain, I see the YT shortening so much here, and it stands for YouTube that I wasn't... Yes. Let me re-rack that, Nightbreed. Charlie talked about the secular Jews funding anti-YouTube policy so much it backfired because they're white too. Disliking those Jews is not a crime. No, it's not a crime. And look, the Jews in America are a supreme disappointment because they always vote Democrat. Oh, we're Democrats. We're Democrat. And you are right. It's a lot of these secular Jews. The Jews I honestly don't have a problem with. I'm sorry. I don't have a problem with Israel. I don't give a shit that they're blowing up Muslims. It doesn't bother me one bit. I'm sorry. If that bothers you, mea culpa. But I really don't care. So yeah, I do. The Jews in America have always frustrated me because they seem to always be voting against their self-interest, or, who knows, maybe it isn't, maybe it is their self-interest. Maybe they do have a death wish. I don't know. Yeah, but it's always these, and you know what? It's almost a shame that they consider themselves Jews. Cause you're right. They are secular. They're not very, religious. So there you go. I don't want to get sidetracked on that, but that's about, as Forrest Gump said, that's about all I got to say about that. They thought we warned about cancel culture because we claimed to be above it. No, the truth is we knew we weren't, and we were just warning them about the sleeping monster that they'd wake up. Yeah, how do you like the monster you created, you leftist cocksuckers? Thank you, Jim. Appreciated. Mucho gracias. All right, let's get into a little bit of the stuff. The stuff. Erica Kirk, our daughter, said, "Mommy, I missed you." I said, "I missed you too." She goes, "Where's Daddy?" She's 3. I said, "Daddy, baby loves you so much. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget." What a woman. What a woman. Every time somebody shares something equivocating, oh, but he was a fascist. Even though I'm against violence, I'm against assassination, but he was a fascist. Try to get him fired. We remember, we want to see him destitute. And I also can't say what other frame of mind I want him in, but I do want him in that frame of mind, if you know what I mean. I hope you guys understand, because they're beyond redemption, and the world is just so much better when there's just more of us, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, what a woman. The kids are going to be fine. It's tough, but my neighbor was a good dude. He had a son about my son's age, and when he was 3, my neighbor, young guy, died of a heart attack. Tragic. And, it's like that, my son's friend grew up to be a really good dude, Marine Corps, good dude, family of his own now, but, he can't really remember his dad because he was too young. Fortunately, in this case, the silver lining here is that these girls, they're going to grow up and they're going to have thousands of hours of footage of seeing their dad laughing with people and trying to convince people in a genuine way that maybe, they're going down the wrong road. And I really do think that his family, it's going to be a legacy. It will inspire them. So, like I said, ultimately, that kind of violence just does not work. It doesn't work. You end up creating martyrs. You end up getting people in the middle going, what the fuck? What's the matter with you? All right. Super Geek Mike. We all know him, right?
He had it coming.
One second. I'm going to take you guys down memory lane here. Just a moment. Super Geek Mike. We got to set this up, right?
Back in June of last year, I took some sexy pictures out in the desert.
First one. No! I don't want to see the rot. Hey. It puts the lotion in the basket.
They were a gift for my wife to give her something fun and sexy.
Fun and sexy, yeah. These are disgusting people. Normally I don't go after wives, but she's a disgusting pig, just like he is. Look at that cretin. Ugh. Ugh. OnlyFans. She's got an OnlyFans, guys. Do you want to see a 245-pound woman rolling around on OnlyFans? She's out there. She's disgusting. She was part of that disgusting game where the whole party wanted to get like rammed by orcs. But yeah. Ugh.
In October of last year, just a couple of months later, I took some more sexy pictures, this time in a boudoir studio.
Whoops. Can't catch up. You guys are a wanker. My eyes again. Was bad enough the first time. Oh, I gotta set it up. Seinfeld said it best. I'm not ashamed of my body. Exactly. That's your problem. You should be. You should be. Wide awake in America. Oh dear God.
These.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's use that as the bed here. Yeah, so this is he has of course fucked off over to Pedo Sky. Like all these deranged lunatics, where they can be around their own kind. The Onion never misses. Witnesses assumed Charlie Kirk shooter was just an ordinary gunman on school campus. Ha 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 ha. So funny. They always have to misdirect. It's always about, well, what about school shootings? What about that Minnesota lawmaker? Let's talk about the last school shooting in Minnesota. Who did it? Was it a transgender person shooting up a Christian school? Do you want to talk about those school shootings? Because we can talk about that. Reposted. Now these are a lot of these are reposts. Such a funny element. Oh yeah, everything's funny about a eulogy for somebody who got murdered. This is such a funny element to the Kirk eulogizing. They can't describe him the way they're describing him and show clips of anything he actually said or did. Yeah, except for all the clips that are going around of him convincing people, going to battle against people with words, cutting them down in a way where, I hate to say it, they sort of deserved it. Words are scary. Right, lefties? Words are just scary. I don't know who Kathy Barbadoro is. She looks like a lunatic. Why don't you guys get on that? I'm doing my job here. Find out who Kath Barbadaro is and see if you can get her fired. Super Geek Mike reposting. Don't know who needs to hear this, but racism, misogyny, bigotry, and conspiracy theories aren't political views, and radicalizing young people with it isn't doing politics the right way. We should all condemn the violence, but don't sanitize and downplay the harm. Yeah, except your guy was the one being radicalized. Your guy, the shooter, who, if you believe the latest reports, was living with a tranny. I don't know if that's confirmed. I don't know Brooke Singman. I don't know how reliable Brooke is. But if this is true, boy, it all just kind of fits, doesn't it? This is all reposts by Super Geek Mike. Coward that he is. Doesn't want to come out and say, like, Charlie Kirk deserved it, because that's exactly what Super Geek Mike wants to say. If you don't have anything nice to say, damn, maybe he sucked. Maybe you suck, Mike. Maybe you are a detestable fat whale and your wife is just an ugly, ugh. Like she looks like a, she really kind of does look like an orc, like one of those female orcs that they do in like that Cal Art style where they try to gussy up the female orcs. She kind of looks like one of those. That's who you're married to. You two are disgusting people. Almost as ugly on the outside as you are on the inside. Yeah, Christ. Fuck this. Again, another repost. I don't want to honor Charlie Kirk's memory and actively dishonor that Nazi's memory with every second that I am alive longer than he is. Happy and joyous as myself, not as a bigot spouting conformity and advocating death. Just kidding. Well, see if that helps you not get fired. See if it helps you not get fired. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll try. We'll try. Here's a good rule of thumb. If the people who mourn you have to lie about what a kind and wonderful person you were, and other people refuse to mourn you specifically because of the things you said and did, maybe you fucked up. No, human beings are mourning. Gutter people. Disgusting subhuman creatures like you. You and your awful wife. You are the people who are doing this and the ones who are suffering the consequences. I know you won't suffer any consequences over there. I don't even know what you do for a living. But you're a piece of shit, Mike. There's only so many ways you can say it. But look, I wish the worst for you. Hey guys, whenever he releases a video, go remind him. I mean, he'll just kind of whack you down and probably hide you from his channel. But just flood his channel with I would say appropriate sentiments that you didn't like the way he handled this. I think that's fair. I get enough of these guys coming to my channel. Look at this one at the bottom. The left is celebrating his death. No, we just aren't going to miss him. Yes, you are celebrating. You fat retard. We think getting shot is fucked up and scary. No, you don't. If it's the other side, you're the other side from you getting shot, you love it. We would be just as horrified. Like think about this. Like if Hillary Clinton got shot, I hate Hillary Clinton, but I'd be like, what the fuck? If somebody shot Hillary Clinton, I'd be like, that is so messed up. And honestly, I probably just would say that, like, boy, that's fucked up. As bad, as I might personally think she was, that's all I'd say. I maybe wouldn't go on. But I would at least have to do the decent thing and just say that, yeah, no, that's pretty messed up. At the very least, some of these people are smart and they're saying, nothing. Like the Matt Colvilles of the world. I mean, their silence is deafening in some respects, but it's kind of smart because guess what? They get put in the back of the line because there's so many of these people out here, the Mikes of the world. Yeah, we think getting shot is fucked up and scary. But if he had died of natural causes or fell in a big hole, we wouldn't grieve him. Just like I won't grieve if something really terrible happens to you or your wife, Mike. I mean, like I said, I would never celebrate anybody doing violence to you. But if you stubbed your toe, oh well. Oh, and then he reveals himself here. When the big guy finally goes, you'll see what it looks like when the left celebrates. There you go. Talking about Trump's death. And probably, honestly, let's be clear here. He's wishing for another assassination of Trump. 100% Mike wants another assassination of Donald Trump. Just no two ways about it. Doggo, I think this counts under incest. They look alike. Talking about Mike and his wife, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Barbadaro is an admin assist at University of Texas in Austin. It's a pretty liberal college. See what you guys can do. Fuck up her life. James, Ugnaught for sure. That's right. Yeah. I always forget about the Cloud City Ugnaughts. Yeah. Yeah, she definitely looked like an Ugnaught. Yeah. Crawford at a Crimson God. Super gay, Mike. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Axel, he has revealed himself enough. Please, no more. I think this is the last of his text or his messages over on Blue Sky. But yeah, I thought that was interesting at the bottom. When the big guy finally goes, you'll see what it looks like when the left celebrates. Make no mistake, he is, of course, talking about Trump there. And he wants to see Trump assassinated again. Because he's a piece of shit. This is a human being he has no redeeming value whatsoever. I even pause to call him a human being. Oh, and then we got Terran, Indestructosoy. The guy who tried to fillet a stick of dynamite. Remember, every single Republican who tried to make a call for war in the last 48 hours. Those are the bloodthirsty fascists who can't wait to march you to the gallows. Well, if you're a trigger puller, yeah, we're going to march you to the gallows. God, this guy's such a soy boy. Soyclops indeed. Yep. The Soyclops. Try not to live a life where people need to give a disclaimer with the RIP. At least nobody in this audience mistakes a cigar for an M80, Terran. I did too, driving in Dragons. Indestructosoy, yeah. Thought he had disappeared. Garbage. Absolute garbage person. Then you get professional publications adding an air of legitimacy to all this. Charlie Kirk was an unrepentant racist, transphobe, homophobe, and misogynist who often wrapped his bigotry in Bible verses because there was no other way to pretend that it was morally correct. This is why you have to say, you have to kind of come to grips with the fact that a certain percentage of this country is just irredeemably evil and stupid. And there's no like you would have to devote so much energy. I mean, it would be like trying to go to like light speed when you're at like 99% of light speed. That last 1% is infinite because you can't go light speed. So you'd need like an infinite amount of energy for that last 1%. And honestly, to peel off just 1% of these people, it would almost take an infinite amount of energy. So it's not worth the effort. You just want to try to go after people in the middle. Just keep doing the Overton window stuff. Oh, Overton window. Look at how far it's fucking shifting. You used to be a moderate liberal. Now you're in with us, a conservative. You might as well stay because they want you dead. Hey, just try to do things along those lines, because like people who read The Nation or, people who like this, I think there was like 200,000 likes on this. So there's at least like 200,000 people on X who are just irretrievably evil. Because this is not true. Charlie Kirk had views. He was simply talking about facts, like the facts of trans shooters being disproportionately represented when it comes to shooters, and that yes, maybe this was a mental illness just a few years back, and it was handled differently by the medical community instead of being indulged. That is not transphobia. That is reality. Racist. As Crazy Mouse and I have said a couple times over the years, we ain't a racist. We're a realist. We got 3% of the population, blacks between 15 and 50, committing 55% of all murders. That is a problem. That is statistically significant. And if you don't see it, you are being willfully ignorant or you are stupid. Okay? 3% of a population should not ever account for 50%. They always do it when it's when they're talking about wealth. Do you know that 1% of the country owns 50% of the wealth? Whenever you hear that again, gee, that's great. What about the 3% that commits 50% of all the murders? And by the way, the reason I bring it up is I want it to change. I think there's hopeful signs that some of the brothers are waking up. I think almost, like 20% of them voted for Trump. Try to hold on to them and see if we can get things, turn the clock back a little bit to when, they were reasonable and weren't captured by the Democratic Party. I mean, we don't want to go so far back when they were captured by Democrats and put on their plantations before we had to rescue them. We want to go back to before they were ideologically captured. Again, not captured and put on their plantations, because Democrats were real good at putting black slaves on their plantations. Let's see here, get caught up a little bit. Abernathy Shield Mage for 5. As a Christian, I'm having such a hard time understanding what to do and how to act when these psychos mock our hero so cruelly and gleefully it hurts. I guess thank you. Very kind and very poignant thoughts. And I guess you have to kind of focus and work backwards, because they are doing it cruelly and gleefully because they know it'll hurt. Okay, so you have to kind of wrap yourself in kind of a spiritual shield and realize, if I go online today, I'm going to see some very horrible stuff. I am either not going to choose today not to engage in that, or I will engage, but I'm going to engage in a way that makes them look foolish. That completely makes them look foolish. When they post lies about how the killer was a was a MAGA. He came from a MAGA family. They'll do that. It'll be like a lie of omission. Oh, he was MAGA. He came from a MAGA family. Show him that quote about a friend saying he turned into a leftist. If it's true that he started to shack up with a tranny, show them that and just say, you are a liar. Period. No more. Don't get personal. Don't say, I pray for your soul. Don't say, I hope you change your ways. Just say, you are a liar. Period. And then post it. And then if more people see that, guess what? So much the better. You win. I'm starting to see, like, even on like Facebook, I don't do much on Facebook, but like there are people like moms and stuff who would just kind of post these stupid things, like these stupid lefty things, like suburban, moms who are, leftists, white liberal women. And they're getting some pushback now, I've noticed in the comments, like that's not true, or, before it was just all a bunch of them getting gassed up by all their other soccer mom liberal friends. And now I think they're starting to see they're on an island a little bit, and people are going to start to push back. And look, if it's a friend or something, push back in an appropriate way, or just, you can do things the right way and just say, hey, this is wrong. This person's not right. I'm going to show you what I think is correct. Reality is right wing. Yes. Thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you. And I wish you well, Abernathy. Yeah. I mean, you can, and look, it's okay to be a Christian and feel anger. You don't want to try to act out of anger or on anger. But you can feel it, and you can let it motivate you. You don't want anger to motivate you into committing sin, right? But we also have to realize that in times of war, using colorful language is not really a sin. Unless you're taking the Lord's name in vain. Sorry. I'm going to use a little colorful language to get people's attention. James for 10. The same people that lie about Charlie Kirk also hate Christ. Oh, of course, unequivocally. That's James. That's like a given. Absolutely.
22, 23, 24,
yodeling through the Alps. Quentin Bauer. Let's see, what do we have for Quentin Bauer?
Hey, I got to know.
Great scene. Go watch Dirty Harry tonight, or Magnum Force. Even The Enforcer. Any one of them are good. Kind of fell off by Sudden Impact and the Deadpool, but there's, even in those movies, there's still good parts. Quentin Bauer for $10. Christ already won. These are just the demons flailing around on their way to the abyss. Yes. Yeah. It is true. They are flailing around, but just remember, they do damage on the way out, and you do have to protect yourself from them. So please do that. Remember, get on that girl from University of Texas, whoever that was. See if we can get her fired. I wanted to put the Fury clip. I forgot. I've been so busy, guys. This has just been a heck of a week. I wanted to get the famous Fury clip of Brad Pitt. Hey, shoot that guy for situations such as that. Speaking rhetorically, of course. But yeah, I want that University of Texas chick fired. See if you can get some big account over on X to take up the cause. Libs of TikTok. She's hard to get a hold of sometimes. I mean, she probably just gets deluged. Excuse me. Badger for 5. The past 72 hours, I've seen a dramatic number of leaving the Dem Party videos drop. The mask is off. The truth is revealed. Yeah. And that was after last year when there was a huge number of people saying, I'm leaving the Democratic Party after they tried to assassinate Trump. And then they saw these very same reactions for that. The only thing about that is I see people doing that sometimes, and they, well, I'm an independent now. And then you ask, well, how did you vote? Well, I voted for Kamala. So you're really just a Democrat still, right? It's not enough just to not be a Democrat. I would say, like, that's great. That's a good first step. But you have to realize that every Democrat believes this. They wouldn't even honor a moment of silent prayer in the House of Representatives. Every Democrat shouted it down. There's only, to my mind, there's really only one halfway decent Democrat. And that's, ironically enough, our senator here, Fetterman. Always is saying the right thing. I don't know if he's always voting the right way. He's not, for sure. And I would still probably vote for any Republican over him. But I could, if he were the bog standard Democrat these days, that would be okay with me, because I think, generally speaking, he knows right from right and wrong from wrong. Look, there used to be a time when Democrats and Republicans would fight about taxes. But then stuff like crime would come up, and they'd be like, oh, shit, we got to get together and do something here, right? And, even the Democrats would be like, oh, yeah, that's why you get the Joe Biden, urban jungle thing. That was all part of that. Because they knew, like, oh, well, we can't have our constituents murdered, right? And everybody sort of agreed with that. And then somewhere along the way, I think when Barack Obama finished his 8 years of pissing on the country, the Democratic Party said, you know what? I think we could do with a few less of our constituents. That's okay. There you go. My buddy Hastermind. I got something for you, Hastermind. Get ready. Protect your leg. We need to get Garabay's take on all this. I imagine he will find a way to connect it to Orion Okaba. Probably. I haven't checked out Scott lately. I believe it or not, Hastermind, things hadn't unfolded the way they did. I had a sort of a Garabay video lined up. That guy, that really creepy ladyboy, Crispy's Tavern, did a video on Garabay. And I started to feel a little protective, I got to say. Hey, look, we can kind of slap around Scott a little bit for his own good. You don't get to do that. You know who I'm talking about. It's I don't know if I hold on 1 second here. It is this guy.
Hey.
Whoops.
Hey.
Yeah, he went after Garabay for the same stuff. We just kind of bemusedly laugh about the Orion Okaba. He kind of tries to tear down Scott. I do not like this little cretin. I told him in the comments, I said, we talk about this all the time with Scott. He's a lovable nut. And this little cretin, this little 95-pound ladyboy said, I detest you. Or he said, you disgust me. I'm like, oh, well, right back at you. Good luck with those Johns tonight in the back alleys of Bangkok. Where were we? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Anything else here? Sharky! How you doing? A lot of rage and disgust about black people are going to remember are patriotic, strong black Christians. Absolutely. That love Jesus, the Bible in America. Yeah, many serve as veterans. Yeah, that's why if you've ever noticed, I'm hard on them because it has fallen off so bad. But if you've noticed, I always try to put like a little counter. Like even on Wednesday at the end, there was like all those shitty, posts and streams about videos of people, celebrating Kirk. And then there was like some brother at the end who was moved to tears. There's a lot of them out there. Like I said, Trump got I think 20%. I mean, in pretty much any group of people, there's like a third are going to be great, a third are just going to be normal, and a third are probably just going to be horrible. It's the rule of thirds, right? Works in photography, pretty much works in life, doesn't it? Don't start dropping N-bombs all the time. Because Shark is right here. In fact, blacks are overwhelmingly Christian. That's what I always love when they start to attack Christians. My go-to would always be like, so you hate 80% of blacks. What? Oh, what? I guess I was the only one smart enough to think of that, because nobody ever brings that up when they start attacking Christians. All you have to do is tell them that, the black population is 80% Christian. See where that leads them. Nightbreed! 1,000 more Hufflepuffs. Good thing I am a Hufflepuff and not a Ravenclaw. If conservative kids only come from conservative families, explain Ronnie Reagan, a flaming lib. Yeah, not a gotcha. And leftists tend to have fur babies. Yeah, I mean, you almost think like in a generation, this will start to kind of slow down and even out, just because they're not really having kids. The only people really having kids are like right-leaning people and just kind of normies who aren't extremely political, but just want to, look, they like country music and, just want to just relax when they get home. They're not into X. They're not like autistic retards like we all are, who are just, consumed by all this. But those are also the people that when they do see this stuff on the news, they are just as more, just mortified as everybody else. Yeah, we're the ones that are breeding. And these leftists, they're either not breeding or, hopefully their kids see the light and do some of that childhood rebelling. I never did it with my dad. My dad raised me the right way, my mom and dad. My dad was just very conservative, small business owner. Him and my uncle had a restaurant, a great restaurant. And they knew about government early on. That's why they were huge Reagan guys. And I just said, you know what? My dad and uncle, they got things pretty much figured out. Why make life hard? Why rebel? Why go to college and turn into an idiot, a snot-nosed retard who thinks that, just to be edgy, they got to be different from their parents. Whoa, man. I got to impress people that I will never even talk to in 5 years, ever again. But it happens. It happens. People get their ways of thinking messed up in college, like this shooter probably did. And some of them are just irretrievably broken. Some immediately snap back into the center. JJM director, the more I think about the writings of Tolkien and how his Middle-earth books relate to the real world. Yeah, the orcs are a mockery of God's creation. Whom could that be in this world? I wonder. Gets the old noggin jogging, as Jim says. Not our James, the other. Mr. Medicare James. $20. LJ Costanzo. LJ Costanzo.
Double zeros, baby!
Yeah. Put some double zeros on the end of that. $20. I got a call from a former coworker at 10:30 p.m. my time. They opened up the conversation with, "Do you have your neck bandage?" And it went downhill from there until I hung up on them. Oh my God. These leftist attitudes are sheer garbage. Ugh. Yeah, I could see, like, I have one worker right now. If he ever becomes like a coworker, I could see him doing something like that too. Yep. I'd just answer back. That sounded like a threat to me. And I would say, do you have a bulletproof vest? Because you're going to need it. You can protect yourself. I'm very sorry to hear that, LJ. These people, you have to understand, like, we have so much going on. Our lives. We have our families. We have our jobs. We have our hobbies. It's constant. So when stuff like this happens, we're sort of kind of drawn down to that level of like just, being outraged. In this case, it's righteous outrage. But it's at a certain point, like I started with old Charlie would say, guys, at a certain point, you got to let the anger go a little bit and replace it with just a focused determination. Do it with a smile on your face. Get these people fired. Do it with a smile on your face. Consider it like a job. Like, oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, this person said this. Where do they work? Oh, can we get this trending? Can we get this going? I want these people cowed and fearful. I want the worst of them. As I said before, I want them all destitute. I want them shunned by their own families, by society. I basically want them to be lepers, essentially. And you know what? And here's the thing. And here's where it comes full circle. If, after all that, they come back and say, I was such an awful person, and I'm going to get right with Jesus Christ, then you know what you do? You extend your hand and say, thank God, welcome back to the human race. Now, that's not going to happen. You understand, as I said, you're going to devote a lot of energy to try to make that happen, and it ain't going to be worth it. But if they see the light themselves, if things get bad enough for them, that's where you do have to set aside everything and be like, okay, no matter what you did, obviously murder accepted. But no matter what you did, you as just kind of a regular Joe have to kind of like, if you consider yourself a Christian, you do have to be like, okay, in the spirit of Christian forgiveness, I'm glad you turned things around. But like I said, that's kind of a pipe dream with a lot of these people, but it does happen. You see folks like Carrie Smith on X. She used to co-host Unsafe Space. Kind of her. She was kind of in that whole Hollywood cult. And then she saw what was going on. I think she said she saw videos of like Trump supporters getting beaten up physically. And she said it woke her up, and she said, this is my side doing that? Like we're beating up these people? I think a lot of people are at that threshold. Yeah, so obviously, we welcome them. Duhan92 for $5. How do we take back our hobbies and get these radicalized individuals out of the many spheres of entertainment we love? After this week, enough. Yeah, not going to happen. We just have to stake our claim inside the hobby. Look, they're going to gravitate towards the games that they gravitate to. And then we just say, okay, that's your fiefdom over there. That's what all the lunatics play. And we'll do our thing. I do like the OSR as that. That's why I kind of favor a bigger umbrella a little bit for the OSR. Yes, it's every old school edition of D&D, but I think you can include, games like Castles and Crusades and Shadowdark in it, because in spirit they are. And good Lord, we are in a battle. We are in such a huge battle. And just imagine being the kind of guy who says, technically they're not OSR because their armor class goes this way and ours goes this way. It's like, all right, come on. There's no fucking safety tools in here. It's all about going into dungeons and kicking asses. It's OSR. I mean, I agree we should gatekeep. But I mean, we're not talking about putting a game like Pathfinder or the Tales of the Valiant in the OSR. That is so, that's such a slam dunk no. But obviously these other games that are they're going after us. These games want us. So why not just create an umbrella one that's already existing called the OSR, and let them in. Don't be a pedantic retard. It's not a slippery slope with these exceptions. Now look, and I'm also not saying you can't patrol and monitor. Like, look, if there's a second edition of Shadow Dark and it goes all in on like safety tools, well, all right, get the fuck out, or Castles and Crusades. But right now, it's just that's not the way it is. Yeah, thank you, Duhan. Duhan. I saw another one down here. Ooh, left for the vultures. Oh, my lord.
I may be a paladin in the streets, but I'm a rogue in the sheets.
$20. I think that deserves maybe one more.
Hi, I'm Leomund. Your tiny hut or mine?
I love how after she did that, she just whined about all the guys who were like lusting after her, all of the leftist simps that make up her audience, and she was whining about how all the inappropriate comments. It's like, what did you expect? Left for the vultures, $20. Thank you so much, sir. The same people who demand safety tools for a pretend game are the most vile ones who celebrate real life death of a human being. Absolutely. I stay out of politics because I want to sell my game to all, but this has been an eye-opener. Yeah, it is. And now's the time. Because if we get a critical mass of people now, especially people like you saying, guess what? I wasn't political before, but motherfucker, I am now. Better believe I'm fucking political now. Hey, that wakes people up. I mean, it's one thing for me to say it, but they already know where I stand, and look, if they're over on that side, they're not going to listen to me, but they will listen to an avalanche of people who are like, this is fucked up. I'm done with you, you idiots. There you go. There you go. Take a good long look. I've shown it before. I think I showed it in the Alexander video. But this is who we're up against. It'll make you angry. Remember Red Dawn. Let it turn. Let it turn. This is it. This is who you're up against. So I'm just trying to tell you, there is a certain percentage, and I'm not sure what it is. As far as the total population, it's probably more than 5%. I'm not going to say it's a third of all people. No, but it's probably at least 5% that are irretrievably evil and will never listen to reason. They will never find Christ. And we just have to make sure their lives are so off-putted that they're worried about other things than messing around with us. Cut them off. No money, no job, no government handout. Okay, you want to sit on the streets and starve, that's fine. But, if you post stuff like this, we'll try to find you, and we will try to make sure every person who tries to hire you in the future knows what kind of a wretched, awful human being you are. So yeah, I like to let this one. I like to let this one sit because this is what they are. This is what they are. There's no negotiation with this. There is negotiation with some people on the left. I mean, but just don't ever think that you can get all of them, because there's just a hardcore at least 5% that are violent and evil. And we need to protect ourselves from them. And we need to make sure, like I said, that they are essentially running for their lives in one respect, in that they can't make a living for themselves anymore. Here's our old friend Will Wheaton. Maybe it happens today. Maybe it happens today. Could happen today. Talking about Trump's assassination. Again, Will Wheaton hoping for Trump's assassination. Guys, screenshot it. It's just, I can't do it all myself. Just screenshot it. Blare it out everywhere. Every social you have. Oh, did you guys see this? Hey, Paramount Plus. Hey, at Paramount Plus. Did you know Will Wheaton is rooting for the assassination of President Trump? If you have Paramount Plus, I sure hope you do cancel it. I sure hope, trust me, you can stream Star Trek. I mean, good Lord, this is 2025. I'm sure all of you know how to either do a torrent or can do BTV on your Amazon stick, stuff like that, or just track down some DVDs. But yeah, that's Will Wheaton rooting for Trump's assassination. And, Will Wheaton is also weighing in by reposting. You can write this only if, by virtue of your income, identity, or both, you are utterly removed from the consequences of politics. To pretend that the racist, misogynistic, anti-gay vileness that Kirk spent his life spreading is secondary to the fact that he spread it the right way is appalling. This is the excuse of murder from Will Wheaton by reposting whoever Mark Harris. Who's Mark Harris? He doesn't look like he has a real job. Again, go to it. If he does have a real job, excusing the murder of someone, of a father of two. You do not, let me explain something to you. You do not hate Will Wheaton enough. Will Wheaton is part of that 5%. Will Wheaton is part of those irredeemably evil people. I think this was from his blog, just yammering on about Republicans. I don't even want to talk about that. Some good news, guys. Hope you saw this. You've shared your voices in recent weeks, not just on our logo, but on our restaurants. We're continuing to listen. This is Cracker Barrel. Today, we're suspending our remodels. If your restaurant hasn't been remodeled, you don't need to worry. It won't be. With our recent announcement that the old timer logo will remain, along with our biggest focus in the kitchen and on your plate, we hope that today's step reinforces that. We hear you. I know the CEOs, DEI and all that, but look, you got to give credit where credit's due. Yes, it was terrible, and they overreached and they got their hand cracked back, and they lost a shitload of money. But they're back to where they were, and now they are suitably cowed. So if they're going to play nice, you can support them. Look, what more do you want? I mean, there's only so much they can do. They heard everybody, and they realized they fucked up really bad, thanks to everybody. Maybe next time they will be smart enough to listen on the front end and not lose money. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this too. The last year of Biden, they revised it down 818,000 jobs. And then they just revised it down again. This is, I think, on top of those 818 to 911,000 jobs. The Joe Biden presidency was, from like an economic and social perspective, Just horrible. I mean, Obama's was bad too. Don't get me wrong. Obama's was probably worse because it was longer. But at least he was quasi economically competent. Obama didn't actually do a ton of like intrusive like stuff with the economy, and everybody thought he would. But what he did is he blew up society by creating just all this racial tension. And he was a disaster, like one of the worst foreign policy presidents we've ever had, bar none. But like Biden's presidency, it was like 0 for 3. It was like fucked up the economy, fucked up society, fucked up foreign policy. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon. Good night. Of course, just to reiterate my video yesterday. By the way, YouTube they are fucking with people. There's no use. Like, I'm not going to do a video crying about it. And I don't think I'm being specifically targeted. I don't think it's that. I think just algorithmically, they are doing something different, because I've noticed like videos like the one on Alexander here would have gotten a lot more traction half a year ago. And now it's doing okay, but I can just tell, I can see by the click-through rate and the views and all that there's a mismatch, that they got their hands on the scale for some reason. And if you follow Red Letter Media, they did a video on it. And for them to do a video on it was actually kind of eye-opening, because everybody is feeling it. That's why I say it's not like specific, like, oh, YouTube's after me. They're doing something that I don't understand. I think it's more about trying to boost like big accounts, corporate accounts, and they're really almost kind of done with us. So I would say after this stream, if you do not have a Rumble account, please sign up for Rumble. I could get kicked off of this platform on YouTube any day. And it's their right. I wouldn't like it. But if they want to run a platform that's a little left, okay. I mean, whatever. It would suck, but... And look, so far, like I said, I don't want to allege anything like there's any, like, YouTube has it out for me. That's not the case. I'm just saying I, like everybody else, is noticing some stuff. So that's about all you'll ever see me say about it. Justin Alexander, the Alexandrian, I hope you saw this. Piece of shit. Talking about... he made this bizarre tweet, and he tried to be cagey about it. He was a piece of shit who made it his goal in life to hurt other people. Dying doesn't change that. And then he was saying like, oh, I made a post about Hitler being a bad person earlier today. I've now deleted the thread because of the truly insane number of people rushing to Hitler's defense. Boy, it's an odd coincidence. We're talking about Hitler. Why in the year 2025 you would be saying an odd line like dying doesn't change that? What are you talking about? Who is saying that Hitler didn't deserve death? Oh. And then reminder, if you're pro-fascist, you're no fan of mine, and you're not welcome in my community, bitch. He was survived by a loving family, including 2 sisters. This is the post that I just showed. So he's equating Hitler to Charlie Kirk. That is 100% of what he is doing. 100%. I don't know what to say. This guy's going to be at he's going to be at whatchamacallit, Arnicon. You don't have to boycott Arnicon. I would encourage you not to. But he's going to be there. I think you're within your rights to say, that's messed up. Why are you comparing? Why are you comparing Charlie Kirk to Hitler? Yeah, I think my YouTube chat froze on me here for a moment, guys. I'm following it on my phone, so fear not. Fear not. But I do just want to check it out a little bit, just to make sure. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday afternoon if you're in the States. Yep. Okay. There we go. Got it going now. Good. All right. I do have one supercut EFAP video that we can go. Or we can do Super Geek Mike. Do we want to watch the rest of Super Geek Mike? Didn't think so. Badger for 5. Justin Alexander, the guy that tried to claim credit for something Janelle Jaquays did far, far earlier. Square that, wokesters. Yeah. Yep. That Alexandrian guy, Justin Alexander, not a good dude. Not a good dude. So no, I think Koibold has probably spoken for all of you. No more of this. Okay. Well, you guys are no fun.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame.
All right, TikTok video in the car celebrating Kirk's assassination. That's part 1. Would you guys like to see part 2?
If you'd have been there.
A few moments later.
I just had to block all of my friends because they just have such different political beliefs from me, and I thought that we were the type of friends who would live together someday after college and stay in touch no matter what. And I thought these were the people that I would spend my life with and grow old next to.
Aww. Cry, girl, cry. Cry some more.
These were the people who saved my life on multiple different occasions.
Maybe you should listen to them. They saved your life, maybe you ought to realize, they know what they're talking about.
And I just don't know if I can continue being friends with them because of this. I just don't know. I dropped out of school for these people. I started homeschooling because of these people. And I don't know what I'm going to do because we go to such a small school together.
Ooh, yeah. It looks like you picked the wrong town to be a shit leftist in. Get your act together, girl. It's not too late.
No, how am I going to be able to face them?
Guys, this is what I want for all of them. And look, the ones that can be saved will save themselves. Dark Knight of Hibernia 2. What is that creature you have on screen, Double D? I think you were talking about Super Geek Mike, which nobody wants to see. Okay. We did show it a while back, that video. But yeah, it's sorry, girl. It's not cancel culture. It's consequence culture. You guys remember that? That's what you told us for years when right-leaning people were saying like, Trump's not like a Nazi. He's just like, he just wants to do good for people. And then you got those people fired. This is called payback, bitch.
These people are my whole life. I don't know how I'm going to be able to avoid them.
Don't care. Don't fall for the crocodile tears.
Yeah. I don't care if you think that this is my own fault for being the person to blow up these relationships, because everything that they say makes me feel like such a shit person.
Good. You got good friends.
And I can't have that in my life. Not
I hope you realize that someday you're going to realize, like, holy shit, I had some really good friends back in the day.
anymore. Okay,
And I fucked it up because I'm a bubble-headed idiot girl.
I used to not respect myself to cut people out of my life for things like this, but now I do. Now I
Oh, you mean you want us to have sympathy, cutting people out of your lives? How many people said, I got to cut off my Trump voting parents? That's it. I'm not letting my Trump voting parents see my, their grandkid. No sympathy whatsoever. All that sympathy, it was already dying for most people. It died on September 10th, bitch.
respect myself
Fuck
enough
off.
to not want to feel like this.
Point and laugh. Point and laugh.
God, I'm probably gonna delete this because it's so fucking
maybe you
embarrassing crying on camera. But, God.
Yeah, my friends hate that I celebrated a man's death. Why do they hate me? I thought we were besties forever. Oh. Absolutely, Dark Knight. Grow the F up. Yeah. It's crocodile tears. Like they don't care. Like that's why it's like, oh, in the old days, people would have said like, hey, Double D, she's a young girl. Well, she's probably 18. I'm going to guess. Sorry. Old enough to vote. Old enough to get laughed out of the room, sugar. And I will do that. I don't care anymore. Yep. She is young enough. I do hope that she does see the right way. But until she does, fuck her. I hope every day of her life is just filled with like that misery and turmoil that she's being excluded. The way we were excluded, because if we wore this out, we have to worry if we get sucker punched by some limp-wristed fruit. Sympathy meter is down to 0. 0. We are in a fight for our society. And it's gotten bloody, and that means it's on. It's fucking on. Did she say she cucks people out of her life? I think it was cuts, Cal. I do kind of like the way you're thinking though. Cal, see, I'm using Crazy Mouse's Stream Deck here. I'm trying to find your special one.
Your name is Toby.
Remember that, Cal. Thank you, buddy. Badger for 20. Holy smokeroo. Let's give you an extra special one. Little Psycho Sid for you. I'll close by paraphrasing Achilles outside the walls of Troy. I cannot forgive you. Just as there are no trustworthy oaths between men and lions, there could be no love between you and me. One or the other must fall. Ideologically speaking, 100%. There is no bargaining with leftism. It is either, defeated or consigned to the dark corners where it will refuse to lift its head. God, so many of us lived through the Cold War. And thanks again, Badger, for very kind of you. Didn't you think, like, when you were watching the Berlin Wall fall, and then, in 92, the Christmas 92, the Soviet Union formally is dismantled. Earlier, you had the Ceausescus being turned into pincushions, behind a public toilet. Ah, the good old days. And dude, wasn't there just so much hope and optimism? Like, finally, we defeated this shitty philosophy. And all it took was one generation of parents who didn't teach their kids what absolute misery socialism leads to. But hey, here we are. That's where we are.
Had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame.
Yep. Hope it was worth it, Eric Emanuel. I'm pretty sure you are gone from your position because you were very easy to find. Yeah. It's like somebody mentioned it earlier, these guys in the military. Dude, this is a slam dunk. You think Pete Hegseth is going to cotton to this? Yeah. Interesting thought. Oh yeah, I love this. So what you're watching here is a candlelight vigil, the night Charlie got murdered. And then somebody came through, some liberal, some leftist piece of shit, who probably could have been one of those ones passing along or even making those heartless memes. And he found out it is a post 9/10 world, because it looks like he got his fucking ass kicked. Love the flag in the background. So picturesque. Watching a leftist getting their brains beaten in front of an American flag. It's like comfort food, isn't it? Love it. Reminds me of this.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham. Don't mind him. He's just drunk, that's all.
He just drunk, that's all. Well, he got his ass kicked.
Hey guys, Brittany here.
Hey guys. You can't get anything bigger. She has to breathe through her mouth. Right? She has to breathe through her mouth. She can no longer breathe through her nose. Maybe that's why she looks like she hasn't slept in like 6 days. God.
I'm a mess. I'm not doing good at all today. I'm like really angry and splitting so much, and I'm just like, I want to go back to bed, but I have to work because there's some like money I need to make. And I have a horrible headache, and I just can't stop splitting. And if you're familiar with splitting, it's basically like getting angry at people and like not being able to control it and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know the exact definition of splitting, but I could tell I'm doing it right now. I also just realized I haven't taken my meds in like 2 days, so that could be contributing to this also. I'm just like, I literally don't know what to do. Anything I put on like music-wise to listen to, I'm literally sobbing. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna listen to music and cry. So I'm a little more calm now, and basically, like, I don't know, I just really caught myself splitting, and I even wrote out
What does she mean by split it? What does this mean? Is this a new thing? Is this like spiraling or spoons or?
A really mean text, and then I deleted it because I'm like, no, I'm splitting.
Guys, I'm splitting.
So my coping skills are literally just gonna be me listening to music and getting orders because I have to make money. I can't just go home and sleep. So yeah.
a woolly mammoth. Dark Knight, my friend. Let's get something for you. Like I said, I'm trying to go a little different than maybe Crazy Mouse's taste. From the 1974 Jack and the Beanstalk.
Are you happy?
Great movie. If you haven't seen that weird ass version of Jack and the Beanstalk, go get it. It is really crazy. Good movie. Dark Knight of Hibernia for 10. Dark Knight of Hibernia. What is best in life? Crush the left wingers. See them driven before you. Hear the lamentation of the boss babes. The horror screams reminded me of this. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys, for all you guys, every single one of you, from the smallest to the biggest, for being part of this, helping support the channel. I love you. What can I say? You are you're the tip of the spear, guys.
So this guy just said he wanted to murder our baby as we were walking past, and now they're gonna put him under arrest. He said, "I'm gonna murder your wife and baby."
Yeah, he literally said that. This guy right there, when we're walking past.
So we're gonna press charges.
He said he wanted to kill our white baby. How sick can people be?
There you go. That's in DC, I believe. And you're, like I said, you're actually finally seeing like them start to take crime seriously there. This is why we fight. You know, there was a documentary series about World War II, you know, obviously many, many decades ago, called Why We Fight. Why We Fight. This is why we fight, because the left has created this society where blacks will go around targeting nice, normal white couples with that beautiful baby. And they will feel no compunction than to just threaten them. I'm going to kill your white baby. It's like, what do you want? What do you want us to say about that? I want these people like locked up. Like, look, I mean, here's the thing. Statistically, if you're a black male between the ages of 15 and 50, there's a fair chance you're going to be a problem. Avoid these people. Even if I lived in DC, I know what Trump is doing there. I still wouldn't live in that city. I wouldn't live there. But always be ready, because even in the best of cities, there's these little pockets where leftism has flourished, and you can always find them, you know, by how dirty, run down, you know, all the garbage in front of it. Look for any like rent control places where there's rent control. Those are like liberal paradises, aka shitholes to us. Dark Knight for 5, splitting, if I had to guess, based on the body mods and the talk of meds. Maybe she claims she's schizophrenic. Doubt it, but still. Yeah, it's hard to say because everybody just kind of they self-diagnose now. She could just be autistic and obviously a lot narcissistic. You know, but who knows? James, I am huge in Japan. It's good to know, my friend. You're huge in Eastern Europe too, are you not? Yeah, this really nice couple going out with their lovely child. And how would you feel? I mean, you've got some, some shambling creature telling you he's going to murder your baby.
It's disgusting. I'm completely outraged. You can't even walk down the streets of Washington, D.C. without people acting like this. Thank God we reported it to the police and are dealing with the guy. I cannot believe this right now.
Well, if you're a liberal, I hope that wakes you up.
Don't bring your kids down here. It's not safe.
Don't bring your kids to D.C.
Not safe at all.
Oh, the baby's crying. Well, at least they understand. At least they understand. Is that our... Good for them. Always press charges against these people. It's a pain in the ass, but do it. It's worth it. You'll have to go to court for one day. The trials like that, it's like a day. When you think that guy has a bunch of star witnesses in his in his bullpen? Oh, let me get the 30 people, who say Ray here is a decent human being, a gentleman and a scholar. Their lawyers know they're fucked. So if they don't plead out, if they try to plead not guilty, I mean, it's like the witness and nobody else is on the stand. They already know. What else we got? Oh yeah, this is messed up. Maybe we'll leave on this. Nothing political here, but and it's a tanker in like Mexico. I think maybe it's Mexico City. Look at that side view mirror. When you see that in your side view mirror, that's when you hit the gas pedal up to 120. There she blows. Okay. It's 3 o'clock. I don't want you guys sitting in all day listening to me. So I'm going to let you go. I do appreciate it, though. I mean, I think we all still need a little catharsis. Let's see. Oh, yes. I have something queued up here. Snake Oil Shan. I miss the days when fighting words was a justifiable defense. Absolutely, brother, for 10. Thank you so much. Good to see you, my man.
The gun is good. The gun is good. The penis is evil.
I think that's like the Democratic platform now, isn't it? Now that they're all into assassinations and they still hate men. I think they teamed up with good old Zardoz. Alrighty. Well, thanks, everybody. This was fun. Yeah, I would just say this. How do you fight back? Try to get people fired. Number one. Oh, that person? Just do your part. Boost something. Look for stuff. I want these people desperate. Like I said, just so ashamed of what they did. They probably aren't ashamed, but they will be regretful, I should say, of what they did. Make their lives miserable. And for God's sakes, fight back. Share some of those. And when somebody says the killer was MAGA, no, you don't, motherfucker. Oh, no, you don't. Here's his friend saying he turned into a raving leftist. Oh, he moved in with a tranny? I tell you what, if that's true, that's it. Game over. You share stuff like that. You don't let them put you on your back foot with all this nonsense, because they will lie. That's all they have is lies. Don't fall for it. And act honestly like winners. When you see guys like Super Geek Mike out You know, like in his comments and that. Tell him what a loser he is. And man, I go to bed praying every night that Will Wheaton gets fired from like Ready Room. It's a small petty wish of mine, but my God, I do want it. We'll see. Yep. All right. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody's super chats, right? Hope I didn't miss anybody. I don't have Crazy Mouse here. Ooh, we got one right at the end. Coming in under the wire. Remember to show pity. You may lose a finger, but your enemies will destroy themselves from their blind greed. Man, Warren. I don't know if we're in a time where I can completely say that yet. I don't know if I could show any pity yet. I need to see a certain amount. I need to see a critical mass of them being cowed and beaten like curs, and them actually showing a little bit of contrition. You know, the Cenk Ugyars, you know, actually saying like, you know what, we went too far. We shouldn't be calling Donald Trump a fascist and a Nazi. It's out of line. When I start seeing contrition like that, I'll consider pity. But honestly, until then, I'm not saying you have to be cruel. Once we've punished them, you don't have to keep poking it in. But I don't know if I have the pity in me just yet. Just yet. Shuddy! 1 membership. Thank you, amigo. God bless you guys. All right, I'll get us out of here. I'll play something on the way out. You guys want to see the Cherokee Nation? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if you want to see the Cherokee Nation chick doing her thing. She is probably in her 70s right now if she's still alive. But man, is that... Yeah, Sharky. Yep. There we go. All right. Yeah. I will do that for you guys. Take care. Love you. Like I said, if you haven't seen the Alexandrian video, watch it. YouTube's just through their normal algorithm bullshit is just trying to bury it. Like I said, I'm not special. I'm not being held down specifically. It's just the way they're doing business now. So do what you can. If you haven't watched it, watch it, throw a like and a comment on it. Love you guys. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Cherokee Nation. lucky